Hello, everybody. Good evening. It is Wednesday, June the 18th, 2025. Welcome back to my channel. This is another update of my Wizard 20-inch box fan here. This fan was having some issues, particularly with the motor. And this one had the motor that a lot of people love to hate, which is the General Electric 2-speed motor, reversible motor. And it was a really good motor and all. Technically, so to speak, I had been having issues with it ever since the day that I got it. And I don't know if the motor has some kind of tricyclical switch or something inside of it. It definitely does not have a capacitor. Not these shaded pole motors. I don't know how they're wired. I have never had that experience with these motors. But the one of the positions on the motor completely failed. It literally just stopped working altogether. Technological Heritage pointed that out to me, from what I can remember. So, I still have the original motor around here somewhere. I'm just going to hang on to it until maybe I can figure out something of what I can do to fix it or something. This has a new motor on it now. Westinghouse 2-speed motor that I parted out of another box fan that I've got. Runs great now. I've been using this for the last few nights. I made sure that the motor was going to be powerful enough to pull the fan, and technically I know that it did, because both of which are 2.6 amp rated motors. I think that the General Electric was a little less efficient because the low speed was a lot slower. And truth be told, I really didn't like the low speed on that motor too good. The Westinghouse motors on these tend to have more of like a slower high speed. But anyway, I like the Westinghouse motors a whole lot better. But anyway, I bought this fan about, I think it was about 3 years ago. Actually, this was the very last fan that I bought in my previous residence before I moved. This came off of Marketplace. I own about 4 of these, and I was after this one because, of course, it was a reversible, which I thought would have been beneficial, especially for a room like this. And that style Wizard, where it's in cursive. And I was on the lookout for those for quite a while, and I found this one. Got a good deal off of it. And so yeah, this fan I have repainted this fan a couple of times already, and actually, come to think of it, I do kind of regret it now. I wish that I had never repainted it, because the original color to this was a really nice. It was a really nice color, and it was like a grayish green color, very similar to this. This is like a vintage blue by Krylon that I just repainted it with. The color prior to this was a mint green by Rust-Oleum. Actually, I do believe that the previous owners of this fan may have restored this thing at one point. And how I know is that the switch had been replaced. There were two switches. You can still see the hole there, the modified hole that they used. One was for the on and off, and the other was to control the exhaust and intake positions. I know this would have had a rotary dial switch to it, and they were replaced by two toggle switches. They did a decent job of rewiring it too. That's just the motor on it was just having problems. No matter what I did, I could not fix it. Even had problems internally. One of the wires where it goes in, where it's connected to the stator, was cracked and rotted, and so I had to fix that. And lo and behold, ever since then, the motor was just starting to go downhill from there, and it was getting to the point to where I could not use it at all anymore. So I just kind of got bored with it, and I just decided to just put this Westinghouse motor on it. Let's go ahead and turn it around. There's the Westinghouse motor. Now, if you notice something different about the back guard, I did this for two reasons. I cut out some of the slats for better air movement, and to sort of replicate the back guard on the C&H air conditioning version of this, kind of like what my friend has. So I'm not gonna post this on the Facebook fan groups, because you're gonna get whiplash from them. You know, the fan loses its value. You're destroying a perfectly good fan. Blah blah blah. I have a message for you turd heads on iHeart fans. Get real. But anyway, I cleaned the motor. I took the motor all apart and I cleaned it up before I installed it. That's this toggle switch. That is not the original toggle switch. This is a switch that I bought sometime last year. The wiring up there, I mean, everything is just connected. I do plan to fix that with some connectors, if I can get some. This is the original power cord. This is a two-prong plug that I put on it. There was one that I had originally replaced it with, which was like a grounded plug, but that wasn't working because I only have two-prong. I only have 2-prong plugs in here. That's the original grommet. This fan is in really good shape. There's no cringes or any dents on this at all anywhere. I did add feet to it that you can see there on the bottom. Maybe you can see them. That's also to help with the absorption process of the vibration. Even though this fan is very, very well balanced, this does not vibrate or shake or anything. I absolutely love these fans. These are great fans. Not too many people may not, if they're familiar with these fans, or they're just a little bit more obscure. I grew up with a fan like this in my grandparents' house when I was young, and that's why I was so motivated to get one. And I got my first one back in 2019. The one that's on the stand. Absolutely great fans, great performers. Have absolutely no problem with them whatsoever. Very quiet. I do believe these to be originally made by the C&H air conditioning company, but I am not exactly sure. They may have been manufactured by different other companies, and they were sold through other stores. I'm not entirely sure. I do know that this was sold through the Wizard Western Auto store for a time, and I had seen different other fans like this, including the window fans that had the Wizard name as well. So, another really cool thing about this too is that it has a carrying handle, and that is the original handle. Another reason I wanted one of these fans, one of this model. This is the window model too. I don't think this was ever on a stand in its entire life, because you look there on the side, it would have a hole there on the side. So, well, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll fire this thing up now, and we'll see it run. Okay, so this way is the high, and that way is the low. So we're just going to start off with the low speed. Sorry, the high speed. Has a really cool startup sound to it too, by the way. To be honest, it's actually the same performance. It's basically the same thing. The high speed is really not that different. Not that I can say the same for the low. has a really good low speed. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but it has like a really cool whine sound. Has a really nice spin down time. I don't think it was that long ago since I oiled this motor. Really don't see much of any need for it. And truth be told, I did not even oil the motor before I installed it when I was cleaning it. Let's capture a startup sound. Now for the low. Okay. Well, there you have it, everybody. I've got it running once again. This is going to be in use probably throughout the next week or two. I've had a lot of fans in use here lately, including that one down there, that one, the little GE Vortelex. That's the next thing that you're going to be seeing. That's the next best thing on the list. And some of my other fans there in the closet, including the Stilton. That's the one that was that I was previously using. And of course, there's my patent box fan up there. That's been in use too throughout this summer season.
Oh, okay. I thought Steven was in there.
Well, there you go, everybody. Well, I hope that you all have enjoyed the video. And until the next one, I will see you later.